Well, here, that being said, let's get into our official ratings.
Okay.
Where we at? All right. So over here at the Nerd Huddle, this is us spoiler kings. We rate things three ways. Either it's a watch now, means go drop whatever you're doing, go watch it right now. It's worth watching. Later means wait till it's either out on streaming, or if it's streaming, watch it while you're doing the dishes, clean the house, whatever. No big deal. Never means skip it. It's not worth the time of day. It's not worth it. So that being said, I'll give Brian give you first go at it.
Right. As far as the review of Chip and Dale, I'm going to rate it a high later. If that makes any sense. Like a later, you don't have to watch it right now. You don't have to drop everything you're doing and watch it right now. But when you get a chance to, watch it. It is great. You're not going to regret it because, as I said, for us, it's perfect. I'm not saying it's Doctor Strange. It's not Spider-Man. But this is a good, fun show. And it's an easy watch.
Yeah.
For 90 minutes, it's easy. So, high end of later still, but still later for me.
Okay. So what about you, Brandon? What are you giving this one?
I'd say I'm gonna give it a now. It's very fun, innocent escapism. I think we're in a time where we can all use fun, innocent escapism. It placed a permanent smile on my face the entire way through. And I just feel like that's good for everyone right now. Whether or not you grew up with it, it's something that can be appreciated and enjoyed, in some capacity. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna give it a now. I'm gonna give it a now.
Okay. I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna say now. Especially if you're a little bit older. If you're like 30s, maybe even like early 40s, this is made for you. I think they try to get the kids in. Maybe. I think Brian, right now you're the only one that I know that has kids that seen it, and you said both of them didn't care about it
for a little bit,
which I get. But I can see them trying to like get that crowd. But it was made for us. Like definitely kids who grew up in the 90s. And yeah, for me it was just like instantly. As soon as it came on, I was like, I kind of reminded me of my childhood, and then it just like did the whole behind the music kind of thing, which was another show that I grew up on, and it was just like everything was just so nostalgic. And granted, it was just like a crime solving movie. It was so good, and it was very predictable, but it also made fun of itself being predictable. Yeah. So that that's funny. Yeah, it was very self-aware, and that was kind of like it just increases the comedy kind of it, just the whole meta of it. So I'm gonna give it a now. I think if you were born or raised in the 90s, you're a 90s kid, you're definitely gonna love it. I think you're definitely gonna love it.
What's the Chip and Dale came in 90, 91 or something like that?
89, I think 90, so. 91, I think. Something, yeah.
So you have to be about between the ages of 36 and like 40 to really be able to enjoy this. And that's such a small, for me it's fine, but I think that it's usually something that I'll watch doing something else while doing something else and enjoy it and laugh. But it's not something that I would go to the movie theater and stop everything I was doing to go see multiple times. So that's kind of like, where do you draw that line? It's now later. It's like a now later. Yeah, you can do either one.
Yeah. If this was in the theater, I think I would not have enjoyed it as much as it being on Disney Plus. Disney Plus was the perfect spot for it. If it was in theater, I think I would have been a little bit more critical about it. I'm like, man, I spent like another like $20 just to go see it, and Disney Plus, you already have the subscription. And I think it was a good spot for it.
Yeah, but that's what I think. So streaming when you get a chance. Whenever you get a chance, you get a free moment. It's something you should stream. But I'm not gonna say you guys drop everything you got to drop right now. to watch it. But
Yeah.
it's good. Like it's IMDb has rated a 7.2 out of 10.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's literally right smack in the middle. It's a good movie, but it's not like the most epic movie of all time. You know, it's fun. It's a fun.
It's just a fun time.
It is, yeah. Well, with that being said, with Rotten Tomatoes, so the tomato meter, which are the critics, gave it an 80%, and the audience gave it an 83%. So they're both like right there. So that's technically considered certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. So it's right there with the critics and the audience, both 80, 83. That's pretty solid, you know. So, and I enjoy it. And I think, like I said, if it was anywhere else besides streaming, it probably would have been criticized a little bit harder. But since you could watch it at home, Friday night, that's what we did. Friday night, we sat on the couch and we was like, watch this and watch Jackass 4. And it was awesome, So
That's good.
So
I was just sitting around on early Saturday afternoon, man, eating lunch and just kind of flipping through my streaming services, trying to get a handle on what to watch. And at that point, I watched pretty much everything else that I wanted to watch or catch up on. I'm like, oh, Chip and Dale. People have been talking about this on Facebook and how good and entertaining it is. Coming soon, you liked it. I'm like, all right, let me see what this is all about.
If I watched it on a Saturday morning with a bowl of cereal, I would have gave it a super now. I'm just letting you know that. If it was sitting there, I was eating some Captain Crunch or some Cinnamon Toast Crunch and watching this, I would give it a super now with a big bowl of cereal. Yes.
Yeah. That would be like the best way to do it. Sit on the floor right in front of the TV.